had that look in your face of getting ready to say something, so I was like,
yeah, I was gonna do the intro this time.
okay.
But no, I don't want to now.
No, you do the intro.
No, it's fine.
It's episode 11.
Hi guys, welcome to Us in the Middle. This is episode 11. I am Ian.
And I'm the Blue Lagoon.
God damn it. The Angry Asian. We talked about this.
No, I am not going to go with the Angry
Please.
Asian. No.
That would do a lot for me, personally. I would enjoy that.
Why?
To just see your face and like the steam, coming out of your ears.
I'm not doing no, because everybody's going to think I'm just angry all the time.
Well, you are.
I'm not angry.
It's fine. I'm not criticizing you, Chow. I think it's awesome.
The angry... No, dude.
I think it's fine.
There's like an Angry Joe already, and it's like...
Is there an Angry Joe?
Yeah, Angry Joe. He does like the reviews on video games.
I think I've seen that. I think I have.
Yeah, because it's like he's like Angry Joe, and then you get the Angry Asian, and it's like... Then he's going to start like...
The Angry Asian probably already exists now that I think about it.
We'll have to look that into.
Probably like
we're gonna stick with
reviewing
Chow.
ramen noodles or something.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with good old fashioned Chow. And
okay.
Then, because I know I saw some comments, in regards to having me as the Angry Asian.
What do you mean?
Like in our Facebook comments.
Okay.
Some people there was a couple of comments wanting to push for repositioning me as some Angry Asian.
I think it's great.
I don't get angry.
Okay.
I get like passionate.
Okay. Review other videos.
You got all these actors and actresses coming out like, oh, just because you don't like the movie, you're now a sexist. Like, wait, what? And I've heard complaints. God forbid. Look, if that's not something you don't want to do, don't pursue it. Mm-hmm. Don't waste anybody's time doing it. It's just, the complaints that I've heard. It's like, whatever, roll my eyeballs,
right.
move on.
Right.
Sorry, I had to rant on a little bit. I'm like,
listen, Chow, I'm here to listen.
Like I'm talking to you, like, Ian, I need you to fix this now, dude. The Division 1 and 2 is seamless.
Yeah.
That's seamless.
Mm-hmm.
This, with Anthem, is not seamless. And the only thing they got going for it is the gameplay.
Right.
Which barely means anything because of your lack of content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to you like you're as if you were BioWare.
So, Chow, Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay, Episode 9 just recently dropped the trailer.
Teaser.
Trailer. It was a 2-minute teaser.
Teaser. It doesn't explain anything. It's just a little tease. So therefore, it's a teaser.
It showed Rey running and doing some, like playing chicken with. It looks like what's his face?
Kylo.
Kylo's TIE fighter. I think.
It looks like his TIE fighter. I don't know if that's confirmed, but it definitely looks like it.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's got the red paint and.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else's TIE fighter because it.
See, the thing is though, in the teaser, it looked like she like kicked its ass. I mean, we don't really know.
No, because it stopped like right when she jumped over.
So she probably jumped over and like cut it in half. You would think.
You would think because her. And here's what I think is interesting because like Ryan, your favorite director Ryan Johnson from Episode 8.
Oh yeah, my favorite.
The Last Jedi. Because you know.
As time goes on, I like him less and more less. Less is the correct word.
You sure? Okay.
Yes. Because just of all the little things like the start to bug me.
Have you never seen his interviews?
No, but I've read some of them, and that's
okay,
that's one of the things that start to bug me. Over time, he's really started to bug me.
I would respect him more if he was more honest.
Yeah.
But then when I'm gonna get shit on for this, probably he's such a fucking beta male. And yes, I am shitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's such a beta male. Like the guy sounds like he eats too much umami.
What is that?
Umami, it's like this it's like the soy snack that you can get at like I think there's some bars.
So what does that mean though? I guess what is the reference for?
Okay, so soy if you eat too much of soy, it'll lobotomize your testosterone.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like always, like on a health conversation, I always recommend like, look, soy does have its health benefits, but if you eat too much for a guy, I don't recommend it.
Yeah,
like it'll lobotomize your.
Unless you're taking steroids, then it'll just sort of
boost it back out.
Boost it back up. There you go.
Like that'll solve it. Yeah, but it's soy. That's why they call him the soy boy.
Okay. Never heard that.
Yeah, it'll lobotomize your testosterone.
It's such a weird conversation.
I know. We went from Star Wars to lobotomizing testosterone. Yeah. So
see, what I thought was weird about the teaser is I was really confused at the end because everyone was talking about the cackle you hear at the end as being Palpatine, right?
Right.
And, see, I thought of it as Luke.
Okay.
Wasn't
I'm trying to remember back. Either Rogue One or Episode 7, where there was a red figure And I think it might be Battlefront, where there was like a red figure, like that was Palpatine. Like Palpatine never died.
Yeah, and they're hinting at that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because here's the thing: is like there was like a reveal trailer, or the reveal was at I think it was one of the Star Wars conventions, or I forgot. Like I saw a screenshot, didn't get a chance to look further into it, and there was the actor who made his reveal. You know, from who played Palpatine in Episode 1, 2, and 3. Okay. I don't know if he had anything to do with the original 4, 5, and 6. I think it might have been a separate actor. I haven't really thought about it. But I thought it was interesting that, you know, when Rian Johnson, you know, was in support, or was in support for retconning the Star Wars movie, it's like, yeah, you better retcon that shit the way you fucked it up, you know, because it destroyed any narrative, like the importance of raised parents, right? You know, why the fuck would you kill what's that, forgot his name, the guy that doesn't matter anymore, because he's dead, because he's dead, like, who gives a fuck, you know, like, oh, you just killed him, like, just wave a hand, lightsaber on, slice him in half, and you're done. But and that's what confuses me about this new teaser, though, as I was saying, is with the ending, when you hear that cackle and you see the rise of Skywalker, right? It's like, what the fuck does that even mean, right? You know? Well, because he killed him, because it was just the way they killed him. I feel like maybe they're gonna try to erase Rian Johnson's mistakes. Yeah, because like, right? Rian Johnson was talking about, like, I guess there was a tweet saying like, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere" or something like that, and it's like, well, if you're not going anywhere, then peace out. Right. I don't want to see your shit. You know, trying to. Anytime when the movie director has to come out and defend it, you know you fucked up. It depends. On the movie. On a Star Wars movie, yes. When you have to, it doesn't matter whether it's a Star Wars or a goddamn Captain Marvel movie. Some movies are meant to be controversial, so it's okay if literally half the population. Star Wars has never been controversial up until now. Right. The Marvel movies have never been controversial up until now. Right. That's why I said the type of movie. You know, like, but like, there was like, okay, do you remember what's that one movie by was it Jordan Peele? Get Out. Yes. You know, like, I remember that. Even though it looked controversial, it wasn't controversial. It wasn't. Yeah, if you watched it. Yeah, because you don't, you know, like everybody had this in their minds of like, oh, it's about racism or something like that. Like, there's been plenty of movies about racism. You know, but when you watch the movie, it's like, oh, it's not about racism. Right. Right. Like, it's completely just one eye, but it did play with your head and whatnot. I mean, it's just, but Jordan Peele's never had to come out and defend his movies. Right. Right. He's just he just wants to tell a good story. And then, but with these movies, the franchise, you know, it never being controversial, because you had an expectation of something, and you have to come out and defend it, whether it be on different platforms, on interviews and tweets and Facebook and what other social media platforms at your disposal. If you have to come out and defend it publicly, and then you have to push back on your fans, you fucked up. I don't care how much money. I don't care if you broke box office records. You fucked up. Hashtag the angry Asian. God damn it! You're doing it, child. I'm not letting you know. I'm not angry. I can see the steam. All right, you were trying to set me up. You were trying to set me up. You were setting me up. It was a setup. No, really. Yes. Okay. All right. So the other teaser that got released just yesterday was for Star Wars Jedi. Fallen Order? Fallen Order. Yeah. Fallen Order. That's what it is. By Respawn. Yes, by Respawn. Not DICE, but Respawn. Yeah. So that's exciting. I got really pumped. I was like, because it's story driven. There's no microtransactions. There's no multiplayer. Yeah. Yeah. So it's good. I've heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, god damn it, no multiplayer." It's like, no, I want that though. And maybe co-op. I'd be fine with co-op. But I do want them to focus back on the story of Star Wars, the fun of like playing as a Jedi and stuff. Like, that's the stuff I want them to focus on. So the expanded universe. I want stories. You know, I want adventure. You know, that's what Star Wars is about. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is what a real gamer fan sounds like. They appreciates all aspects of video gaming, not just multiplayer, because those are fun. Those are for like low IQ gamers. I wouldn't say that. Is that going to trigger somebody? I think it will. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I wouldn't say that. It's just, for me, multiplayer games are fun because you can do them quick.
and you can do them easy, and you can forget about it. Me and Masson were just playing a couple rounds of Apex before you got here.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. It's for when you only have a little bit to play. But if you have 5 hours to play, get me into a story, man. I want to go somewhere.
There will always be a market for those who just want multiplayer, and there will always be a market for those who just want story driven.
Absolutely.
At least we're all part of an industry where you can have both.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of people are saying that single player games are dying, and it's true they're not as popular as multiplayer games, but they're not going anywhere.
Because Horizon Zero Dawn blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man blew it out of the water. God of War blew it out of the water.
Yeah.
Sekiro surprisingly did really well. So that was.
I've heard a lot about it.
It was a little shocking, especially for the game that it's with some of the complaints of it being too challenging. Mm-hmm. Some people have been complaining about there should be an easy mode. It's this game should not have an easy mode.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's not meant for that.
Yeah. I mean, and that's important. Realizing what they wanted to make, and you have to play what they wanted to make. You didn't make the game. Right. You're there to play the game. However they designed it.
No, I agree. If. I get that I'm pro-consumer, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I still want to have the studios to have full control. If they want to make an easy mode, fine. If they don't, and you're still complaining about it, the fact that you're spending time complaining about it,
right,
gives it all that much more value. Mm-hmm. So you're really doing them a favor. And if you don't, and if it's not something that even though you want to explore, look, there are people who upload the entire content, the gameplay and the screenshots. You can experience it like that, I mean, it'll be a joy kill, but just watch that. People do that, and and that's perfectly fine. I think gamers need to be very careful of having a sense of entitlement.
Yeah. The guys who make Splinter Cell. They just released an interview this week where they were talking about it, and they were talking about how their last one, they didn't get to try as much things as they wanted and stuff, and they didn't make it as good as they wanted.
I did not hear about this.
Because of the fans, basically. They're basically saying they wanted to make them happy, so they didn't try all this new experimental things that they wanted to do. And they're trying to branch away from that now and just say, no, we need to make the game we want to make, and hopefully people will like it.
Yeah.
Not try to appease the fans so much.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I wholeheartedly agree, and this is where I would side with the devs on it. Fans, we can always go back to the marketing dollars and how much you're selling and whatnot. But the video game industry, it's strongest, and hopefully anybody who, as our channel grows, we start attracting more gamers. I want them to understand that our industry that we're all a part of, its biggest strength has to rely solely on research and development to be able to experiment with things. And then, look, you as a gamer have every right to shit on them and whatnot.
Not like it. That's fine.
That's fine. Shit on them all you want. Let them know. But I want the developers to know that, look, you stepped into an industry where the fans will either love you or fucking shit on you. Not really hate you, but just shit on you. So... as long as we come to that, agreement, because I know you get a little upset when you have to deal with your own criticism. It's I had to pull you back. It's look, the fact that somebody's willing to take the time and shit on you, took out their time,
right,
shit on you, gives you that much more value,
right.
But at the same token, take what they've said and do better. Or maybe there's something there that not all of it applies to you, but maybe just there's something in there that you can filter out.
Or maybe they're just an asshole.
I'm an asshole.
No, I mean just legitimately an asshole. Those people totally exist. They just want to shit on things to shit on things.
Well, I'm not. Yeah,
you don't do that. You have a reason.
Yeah, I mean,
you always have a reason.
I'm trying to find not to have a reason. It's so hard. I don't know.
What do you mean, for fun?
Yeah.
To be like a troll for fun?
I think it's fun.
I've never trolled. I've thought about it. Well, I mean, I've trolled my friends.
Yeah.
I've never publicly trolled somebody else to try to get a rise out of people. I've never done that.
There's always gonna be people that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just that's why I say don't ever feed the trolls. I think that's rule number 14.
14, huh?
Yeah.
You writing a book?
There's a book. I think I'll have to pull up and it's on 4chan.
You're making this up.
No. I'll have to find it for you. Like it puts out it wrote down an entire list like what not to do.
Okay.
Like they're
on the internet.
On the internet. Like
okay.
Things to do. Do not do this. Like especially when it deals with, because 4chan started off with like with cat memes.
I did not know
4chan
that.
is
so
the
that
birthplace.
Actually makes sense.
4chan is the birthplace of memes.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, what was it? When did you graduate college?
I didn't.
Oh, you just dropped. That's smart. You actually dropped out. I should have done that. Instead, paid a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying graduating is bad. I just there's some better use of my time.
I was in college for like a semester.
See, that was smart.
Yeah.
I was like, I should have done that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, it wasn't. It was a complicated. I basically didn't have the money to continue, and I didn't really want to continue. I was like, this is kind of lame. I want to do something else.
Well, yeah, because if you're gonna spend, how much did you spend on the first semester?
Not a lot.
How much?
Not a lot. I don't remember. Chad, this is
ballpark it.
I don't remember. I mean, we're talking.
What do you mean, like $6,000?
No, not that much.
Like $4,000?
Probably around there.
Okay, so $4,000, you should have gotten a lot more than a beginner's course.
Right. That was another thing that pissed me off about it is you have to take all these classes you don't want to take.
Stupid.
It's like I'm wasting so much money. I have to pay for these classes I don't want.
Yeah.
It's like this is a waste of money.
I know.
Like,
when there's
I'm gonna have to wait for like 2 years to go to the classes I want to go to. This is fucking stupid.
And there's courses online that'll charge you much less, and they'll get you up to speed real quick. That's why I'm like,
I would rather do that. I think.
It's like you spend $4,000 here, but you have to do all these courses before you get to the advanced course, or you can spend $600 here, and we'll get you up to speed. And all you have to do is practice.
Right. Yeah.
That's what irritates me. God, we're still bashing on college.
I'm not bashing on college. I think it's fine. It's just, for me,
network.
I've always had such a weird lifestyle, such weird goals that college would never really have. It doesn't really fit in. It doesn't fit in.
Doesn't.
No. I mean, there are some things like that. I mean, like if I wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer or something that requires, you have this degree or you can't do it, then obviously it would fit in. And I say, good for you. Especially if you can afford that shit. Like that's impressive. It's impressive.
No, absolutely. I want to go back to the Star Wars, not the Rise of Skywalker, but Fallen
Order. Jedi Order. Fallen Order. I think it's. You remember the other Star Wars game, Jedi Outcast? I think it's kind of in like that. Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Outcast. I don't know. To me, they sound the same.
If EA doesn't intervene with Respawn's development of the game, because I
don't think they would. Although it's possible. It's entirely possible.
Let's because Visceral was working on a linear storyline for Star Wars, and they got canceled in the middle of it.
Well, that's not going to happen in this game. This game's too far along.
Okay.
It's too far along. They have already canceled several Star Wars games.
EA intervened midway in the Anthem process because Anthem was actually supposed to be a narrative-driven game and not MMO, not on this MMO game.
Right.
And you like, come on, let's not be too naive.
Did you see that entire article? I'm sure you did it because you follow the Anthem news like crazy.
Oh yeah,
where they were talking about all the problems with development and stuff.
Yeah,
they were saying in 2018 there was still only one mission done for the game.
Yeah,
which means they just made that game in less than a year, basically. Like that's insane.
Yeah,
that's why it sucked.
Yeah, because if you get onto the game, like, because what you saw in the preview and the release. When they released the trailer or the demo, you saw like it was full of life and things were running around, and the enemies were popping up from the screen, like popping up from the ground, and not just appearing out of nowhere. You know, there was a source to everything, and everything we saw we thought was going to be delivered, but then you go out and you spend that $60 hard-earned money, and you get on the game and it's so barren. Yeah, like there's nothing going on
because it was so rushed. And EA put out a statement.
Even rushed. No.
I think it was EA that put out a statement.
No, like let's be careful on that. It was not rushed.
No, I mean, if you read the article, They technically, it was like 7 years of development, but there were so many problems, so many people quit, so many problems with the engine, right. So much, all these crazy problems that they really didn't even work on it until 2018. So they basically took 2018 to the end of 2018 to make this game, to make the bulk of the game. But about 80% of it, I would say. So that's fast. Yeah, that's super fast, yeah. and that's why. And
they didn't have a team to work on the loot itself. So that's why when you were getting drops, it all seemed like it was the same thing. It's like, oh well, maybe we should have a team that worked on just the loot. It's like, what, you didn't think about that before? Yeah. You know, so it's just the same damn type of loot every single time. That's why, you know, when gamers were trying to figure out why you weren't getting anything different, because nobody was working on the loot. So you just get the same god fucking thing every time.
You know, apparently, because I haven't played the game at all, but I remember hearing a lot of people complaining about that. You know, the story would stop, and you'd have to do these little grind quests to continue on to the story.
God. Yeah, it was stupid.
And everybody was like, "Why would you have to do that? That's so stupid." Yada yada. Because apparently, those were meant to be side quests, the grind ones. Yeah. But their story was so short because they had done very little that they needed to figure out a way to expand the story. So they made the side quest part of the main story. So you have to go do these stupid little. It's ridiculous.
It was stupid.
And knowing that they did that on purpose to lengthen the game, that's ridiculous. No, apparently it was a lot worse than that. You know, well, and they trimmed it down.
When you go from like a story RPG type to a massive an MMO type RPG, it's two different approaches to the game. You know, and because like EA comes down and say, we want to do this. Why?
Yeah, and so they put out a statement and said that they didn't do the crunch time that it's referring to, and they didn't agree to be part of the article because it talked about certain people on their teams that they still wholeheartedly believe in, and this other stuff, and just this whole bullshit statement. Yeah, it was just a bullshit statement.
It was a good official statement though. Yeah, it was like, well, that's really nicely articulated.
Yeah. That's why they're saying they're not commenting on it, because they're respecting their people. Get the fuck out of here.
If you respected it, you wouldn't even put them in the position.
Yeah, you wouldn't put them in that position. Yeah. You wouldn't have done that to your own people. That's a terrible thing to do to your own people.
God, you're like really angry right now.
Well, it's just, I never really cared about that Anthem thing till I read that article. And I was like, these fucking savages. These are savages, man.
They're not savages. You know, again, they're people just like us.
Savages. Yeah. Savages.
You want to go on a pitchforking witch hunt.
That's right.
Just throw them.
Yes. Yes, I do.
And they say, I'm angry.
It's just, I don't know, it's just wrong. Like, basically, it comes down to the fact that they were tired of spending money on Anthem, and it comes down to the fact that they forced that game engine down their throat. And when you do that to people, and then everybody started quitting. So all the good people in the company like quit the company. So there's nobody work on this game left. And then you're like, well, we're tired of spending money on it, but we're still going to charge $60 and make people think. Like, they basically tricked the public.
Hey, lucky for you, think
you were getting something good.
Lucky for you, it was me that bought the game.
Yes, I didn't do it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's because I don't buy new games. I kind of told you that, right?
Yeah, I know.
I wait till they go on sale.
You let me take it. I'll take the hit for you because I love you, man. I'm here to keep you from buying shitty titles.
Hey, that's a good idea. It's a really good idea.
Do you want to help split the cost?
Fuck no. Me and my buddy actually do this thing on Xbox called game sharing, where we each basically buy every other game, and we can share the games with each other. Okay. Maybe we can see if there's like a thing we can do that on the PC or the PlayStation, maybe. Yeah. You know, that would be cool. Yeah. And then we could split the cost of that kind of stuff. Okay. And I wouldn't mind that at all. You know.
Let's do that then. Yeah. Yeah, because like these games are getting expensive.
Yeah, exactly. You know, exactly.
Especially with all the if you get this, if you pre-order now. For $80, you get this, and this, and that.
It's so insane how much prices are going up, and they're really not. Like, you can still get the base game for like $60 usually,
but not as much content, I guess.
Yeah, but there'll be options at $80, option at $100, options at $120. Right. It's like, man, it's a game. Like, did you know this is a game?
Well, you know, EA stocks has been taking a beating.
So they gotta make the money up.
Yeah. Right. You know, they're cutting costs here. Because remember,
everybody does it.
Well, because like here's the thing. Like, remember when I told you, like when you cut development in certain areas, it'll temporarily boost the stocks up.
Right. I remember you saying that.
But it's only temporarily. And then like, but being in an industry that EA is in as a publisher of video games, it's only gonna be temporary because you have to announce something else next. So now you're just announcing something next just for the sake of stocks. Right. Even the last EA conference, it felt like the CEO was talking to shareholders, not to gamers.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Man, it was kind of like, why are we watching this? Like, why are we even here? Like, if you want to talk to your shareholders, you didn't need to spend money to spruce up a stage.
Have a shareholder meeting, bro.
Yeah, just
that's
get
a
on
thing.
Yeah. Get on a conference call. Stop wasting our time. Like, it was so fucking cringy. It's like, I'm not a shareholder of EA. I'm a stakeholder, just like every gamer who has a stakeholder, who has an emotional investment in the next IP. So I'm excited for Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
I'm very worried that EA may intervene.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
They better not, because they have Apex.
Yeah. And plus, I think they've learned their mistakes with Star Wars games. I feel like, like you can't keep making mistakes in Star Wars games. Just let somebody else. You know what I mean? Yeah. Star Wars was such bad press for them. I don't see them fucking another one up. I don't see it.
I do.
I don't see it.
I do.
You'd think you would learn,
Battlefield 5. Battlefront.
Right.
Battlefront 2.
Right.
Shutting down Visceral. Midway into the Star Wars narrative game.
Right.
They shut it down. Like,
so now it's time for a win, Chow. That's what you're telling me. That's a lot of negatives. Now give me something positive. Jedi Fallen Order. That's what's positive.
We don't know as to, like, because Respawn made Apex underneath their nose.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't tell them anything about it.
I think they told it. I think
no, they did.
They let them. They let them do it that way.
Well, Respawn was like the developers that really doesn't really stand out. I mean, except for their Titanfall.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like Titanfall. I thought it was fun.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I love the robot.
Yeah.
It's really he's cool. Always got this personality. You're like, that's my bro, man. Kind of a smart ass.
So what about the Star Wars movie? Are you excited about it or not?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Because
I feel that.
Even if you retcon it, and you're going back to where we're gonna bring Luke Skywalker. At least I think so, because you heard his voice.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean he's coming back though. It could be like a ghost, like they've done the other Star Wars movies, or
I remember when they did
Vision.
I remember they one episode of the Clone Wars. They had Qui-Gon Jinn back in the Clone Wars episode.
Okay.
They actually had the actor who played that character in episode 1. Liam
Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Yeah. Oh, I can't even say his name. It's weird.
Liam.
Neeson. Yeah, Lim.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
Anyways,
you're saying Lim. It's Liam.
Liam.
There you go. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All
Jeez.
Right.
Yeah, someone's getting angry.
I'm not. Learn how to speak.
I am.
All right. Is that the one that coming up about that? Go ahead.
But it's when they had him voice over his character in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the CGI episode, it was so refreshing.
Yeah.
And to hear his voice again, like he's like, no, that's really him. Like he's
that's
back.
Super dope.
So
I like that they did that.
Thank you, man. It was kind of a nice love letter to the fan base that always stayed loyal, even though it has its cheesy moments.
I honestly haven't watched it, but I've had a lot of friends who are Star Wars fans that said, you have to watch it.
It's still on Netflix.
Is it?
It's still on Netflix.
Okay.
Like the entire seasons is still on Netflix. I don't know if they'll move it off of Netflix anytime soon, because I know you have the Disney.
Yeah, Disney's coming out for like $6 a month or something.
That's a lot cheaper than Netflix.
Yeah, but it's only Disney stuff. So it's like, how much content is there really? Or you get tired of it pretty quick. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, if you're a big fan of Coco, you can rewatch it all the time. But this is me talking to a Mexican. I know that was racist.
That was super racist, especially because I don't like it.
God, right? Really? I thought it was a pretty good movie.
That kind of Mexican stuff creeps me out.
Why? Maybe
it's like the type of animation and the skulls and the.
And you're Mexican.
Creepy.
It's your people.
No, it's not. Ciao, I'm from Texas. I don't know anything about that stuff.
And hopefully we'll be visiting Mexico here next time. And that's going to have to wrap it up for now. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm your co-host, Chow, checking out.
The Angry Asian. And I'm Ian.
Who still thinks The Last Jedi was awesome. Guys.
It'd be better than episode 9.
Oh.
Continue.
Fighting words. You cock. Guys, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you next week. You're just trying to pick a fight, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good.